There's one dead deer there, and there's another 2 dead deer right there. And we're up to the hut at the red deer block. So we haven't even started yet, but we're cruising up the track and there's 3 nice little yearlings standing there. So we quickly grabbed the rem mag at 388 metres, and I got Karl set up. He's just shot back to get Blake because God knows where Blake's gone. Jace has been tattooing me all day. He drove down all the way from Hamilton and got to my place about 1:30, been tattooing me till about 5 o'clock, and then we decided we'll boost it up to the hut. Jace is one of my good clients and he's a tattoo artist from Hamilton. What do you call yourself, Jace?
Just Ink Tattoos. Just
Ink Tattoos. So if you want a tat, yep, look him up on Facebook, and Jace will colour you in. He does some good work. I'll show you my one once it heals a bit, and we might even show you when we get up to the hut and give it a clean up and stuff like that as well. But yeah, the story goes, we're driving up the track and these 3 yearlings standing on the side of the face. We had enough time to jump into the truck, get the rem mag out, set Karl up at 388 metres, and he just snotted the first one. The second one walked across, he snotted that one, and then they swapped over and Jason got the last one. So I probably didn't actually look like it.
Thought it'd be good if he wasn't greedy and let me have one.
Yeah. But yeah, bloody fantastic when you haven't even got to the hut yet and you've got 3 deer on the deck. So that's the beauty about the rem mag, you know, you can stretch them out a little bit further. And funnily enough, it actually pole-axed all 3 of them because the bullet placement was a lot better this time as we sighted in. So mean, good shit, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Doesn't always work like that, but we'll take that for sure. That didn't work. So there's the second one, third one, and the 4th one's just up over there. Right, dinner tonight is venison backsteak, peas and potatoes, or mash. It's actually dehydrated potatoes as well, gets better. So do you want to give us an update there, Karl?
Yeah, no, came in and spotted 3 deer and 3 deer down. It's good. That's simple, really.
It is. These guys, we've got the 2-for-1 deal for these guys, so they got 4 deer, and they're quite keen to take another 2. So yeah, we'll just see how we go in the morning. We've got the rem mag there, so we can stretch out a little bit in the morning. So yeah, stick with us and see what happens. Cheers.
Sweet.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
Sleep all right?
Yeah, good man, yeah.
Good.
Nice and comfy.
Right. Spotted a few deer. I'm pretty sure I know their track back into the scrub, so the plan is to get down there and cut them off before they get into the bush. They're pretty heavily feeding there at the moment, but as soon as the sheep start burrowing, it's going to put them on high alert and they'll start moving. So hopefully they come back down to the space for us. If not, that's our fucking morning just about up. Boys are just waiting for these deer to feed their way up the top. The young mature stags are on their way back to the scrub already. As usual, the big old cunning boys go back first. And now the young animals, hopefully, are going to come back this way as well. 450 metres away at the moment, so really it's only the red nag that's in their own range for the moment. But hopefully they'll feed down to their holding fence when they go back to the scrub. It's about 300 from here, so hopefully they come down. Well, Jace, do you want to give us a bit of an update on this morning's progresses so far?
Well, I think they made us walk down the hill in the mud, tell us to hurry up. Then we lie down in sheep shit in the wet grass. Only to sit here and watch stag after stag come over the hill and say, you know, look at those beautiful things. But nah, it's a good morning. You know, enjoyed being out. It's nice watching the animals. Yeah, it's cool. Unfortunately, didn't get to shoot anything, but hey, that's the way it goes. But it's nice seeing the stags around. It's cool.
Yeah, no, it's good to see those stags. Good for me, and good for you guys that are booked in for the raw. Next year's raw should be pretty good for you guys that are booked in. So COVID stuffed us up last year, but it'll I think you'll be rewarded for the yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Well, the 10 stags we saw this morning, there's some nice velvet in there, so yeah, good potential for next year.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, she's not over yet. We're not back at the hut, so we'll go back. That wind's gone round to the west, or west now. You see those clouds moving hard. So we had a northerly this morning. It was straight up our arse all the way down. The sheep and the wind was trying to contest with that. Made things a bit hard, but we're hoping these deer were going to feed from the top, and they normally come down over the steep face where the stags did. But yeah, the other younger animals either stayed up there or gone back a different way, so there it goes. So we haven't got any cool footage of you guys knocking any deer over, but we've got some cool footage of Jace having a puff on his vape.
Can't do smoke rings, unfortunately. I'm not that talented. Got to pass the time somehow.
So we'll give you a bit of an update from this morning. So we've seen those stags there, but obviously they're all stags, so they were out of bounds. So we basically just come back and we've got those deer to break down that Karl and Jace shot last night. So we'll break those down and start again this afternoon. We've got a good wee spot we can go to. I'll peel off these back legs. So I'll cut down the back of the leg. So when you're doing a flat skin, you want to cut straight down the back of the leg and through this knuckle here. So that knuckle there. So come straight down here through the middle of that knuckle and straight down the back of the leg. And then that way, when it's tanned, you don't have a big hard knuckle in the skin as well. It will be nice and flat, and you still get the nice shape. And then I'll cut down the back on both sides. I'll clear this leg here. So I'm just doing it pretty roughly because we're just getting the skins off. We're not going to tan any of these because they're all moldy at the moment. I'll clear that to there like that on both sides, and then I'll do the same on the other side. Clear that leg, and then I'll clear the front and back. So we'll take these front hooves off because we don't need those. Get both of them off. And then basically you want to keep all these cuts nice and straight as well, especially for a flat skin. So just straight down the middle to the chest, to the middle of the chest, and keeping it real centered as you can, and then just straight up join up with that cut there. Same with this one, try and keep it in roughly the same place as what you did the other front leg, straight up to there, and then a nice cut straight up the center of its brisket, as center as you can as well. And then when they're warm, even when they're cold, you don't really need a knife from here, because you can basically just punch most of it off. So you grab that little tag like that, get that started, and then just punch that through. Obviously a big old stag's going to be a lot harder to do. Even a big old hind will be a lot harder to do. So we've punched out, we've cleared basically everything. We've cleared the front shoulders. We've punched up here, but probably not far enough. See how it's sort of still connected on up here? So basically you want to punch up here if you can. And that's cleared that little flat bit that everyone seems to leave behind. Pull this down, grab that. That'll come around, and then you can carry on punching it through here. Like that, and you should be able to just pull that. If you see it veering off like that, just fucking get your knife in there and give it a few nicks, and that should fix that up. I don't know why it does that actually. If anyone knows how to avoid getting that tear like that, I'd be quite interested to know if there's a way around that, or if it's just the way it is. You can see this bit here, it's still connected on here, so I didn't punch it off properly to start with, but just use your knife to get that started, and that's what you have to do. It's cleared there. And then same on this side, just grab that, pop that side around here. Same with this one here, I haven't punched up far enough up in here, but ideally you want to punch right up and then get all that off as one piece. You shouldn't have to do this with the knife, to be honest with you, but I am. But as you see, there's bugger all meat left on the skin. Then once you get to here, tail's quite important. Best thing if you've never skinned a tail out before is just leave the tail on. So just find one of the joins lie down here, cut through the tail there, like that. So just leave the tail on the skin, that'll be fine. And then now you should be able to just and that's a pretty symmetrical flat skin. Like I said, these are molting at the moment, so we're not going to bloody tan them, but you'll see you've got you'll get a nice shape out of it. So it's actually got the front legs, a nice neck, so you get a nice shape for your flat skin. Then what I was saying about the knuckle in the back, they come out flat, you don't have that big heavy knuckle in there. And there's your flat skin, and you can see summer coats coming through here, and that's why they're molting at the moment. There's hair everywhere, there's no point tanning that one because you're always going to have hair coming out. Old Blakey just stunk out the hut again. The boys are all ready to go. So this is our maybe
Pretty rough in there.
this is maybe update tonight. We went down to the shooting stand there. We sat in there for about 2.5 hours. thinking it was going to be quite good. We were a little bit iffy with the wind because it was blowing a straight westerly, which was pretty much straight behind us, straight to the bush edge. A young stag did come out right on dark, but he only briefly showed himself and we weren't going to shoot him anyway. He'd just cast his antlers by the look of it. He didn't have, I don't think he had any velvet up. Right, good morning. So this is the last morning. These boys are the last group that we're doing the 2-for-1 deal. We've only got 3 deer which we got on the first night. It's the first time we've been out for 2 hunts and not been able to shoot an animal. We've seen them but just had bad luck with stock movement and the wind blowing and the grass being a bit short, so it makes it definitely a little bit challenging this time of year. Well, we haven't had much success on getting shots on film this morning. The camera wouldn't focus, but Karl's just smoked one at 300 odd metres away. The plan was to shoot it up on that flat there. Oh, the camera's going to focus nicely now as well. But the deer was standing there, 300 metres, but unfortunately it shot it. It fucking turned and took fucking 3 steps, and she's ended up right down in the bottom of the fucking little creek. We have recovered the deer out of there before, but it's a little bit of a mission to carry them back up, but it all makes it part of it. So the boys have got their 4 deer anyway, which is good, bro. I mean,
awesome.
Just haven't got any of them on film. Right, just got down to the creek and not too sure whether the steers rolled all the way to the creek or it's hooked up on the other side there, but we'll just have a quick look up here, see if it's rolled all the way, or otherwise we've just got to duck up the other side about 50 metres and it should be tangled up in the scrub up there. Not too bad, eh, bro?
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah,
Character building.
yeah, brother. So, see if we find this deer, eh?
Yep, let's go.
We shot from there this morning, 300 metres across this gully. How you liking the walk, Karl?
Awesome.
Good way to wake you up first thing in the morning, isn't
Yeah,
it?
bloody hell.
That's good. Deer should be just up around the corner here. Blake's already found it. Did you find it? Good boy, show me.
There's a skid mark there.
Oh yeah, just fucking tumbled down the hill. Skidded all the way down. Oh, up there, see how steep it is. No wonder she could keep going. It's good she stopped there though, right on the edge of that shit. So we just got to, we'll bone it out. I don't think we'll carry the whole thing back up.
No.
So we can spread the weight out between us. And we just got to head back up to there. Man, at least you got 4 deer anyway, brother. That's what we came here for.
Yep.
Good boy, Blake. Well done. Right, so we're gonna basically back legs and back stake this animal and take his front shoulders if we can salvage any of that meat. But I haven't actually taken the old back legs and back stakes for a while, so we used to cut them into make them into a pack when we hunted in the Ruhenis and recovering the meat quite a bit. So I'll be a bit sketchy on it, but I'll show you how we used to do that. And it's a real easy way to carry your back legs. You can actually leave the eye fillets and the back stakes all attached to the back end, so you've got all the best cuts already attached, and you can turn it into a backpack and chuck it on your pack, and it's actually reasonably comfortable. But I've got to remember how to make the straps, which I think it's pretty straightforward. And then we might just chuck those front legs in. I've got a little meat bag there, we can chuck them in there and carry that up the hill. But what do you think anyway, Karls?
No, awesome. Awesome. It's all part of it, eh? They're all down the hill, and unfortunately you want them to stay at the top, but well, that's all part of it, and then go for a walk.
Exactly, mate, that's it, eh? And
it's nice down here.
yeah, no, it actually makes you appreciate it a bit more, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can't always sort of, like, riding the quad up to them is bloody fucking good, you know, especially when you're a hunting guide and you're doing it all the time. But it's always good to get one down in here and just make you appreciate it, you know.
Yeah,
that, you know, it's hard earned, and this venison's going to be bloody tasty too. Nice for a young hind. She didn't have a slinky in her or anything, so yeah, no, she'll be beautiful eating.
Cool.
Awesome. Let the work begin. So what I've done here is I've just cleared the back stakes like normal, but keep them attached, so when you get right down to the hip down here, you know, the hip bone down here, just stop there like you would normally where you normally cut them off, but leave them attached, flip them back up. So I've skinned it like you're opposite to head skinning it, you know, like I'm going to head skin the back end, so I've skinned it from basically just in behind the shoulders, done a circle around it, taken the back steaks out, I've taken the stomach out, and then just flip this back up so it keeps your meat nice and clean as well. So this way it's probably, you know, if you haven't got a big pack to put them in, I don't normally hunt with a big pack. I normally just have my little day bag, and quite often you can just put your day bag on, and this way here you can either sit the back legs on your shoulders and carry it without the straps, but we haven't got a pack today, so we're going to make some straps out of the hide, so we should be able to just chuck it on quite like a pack. But if you're hunting on public land, you would probably want to be a little bit careful. Try one of your blaze blue high vis tops onto this actual deer, so no one mistakes you for a deer as you're carrying them out. But now, so we've cleared the eye fillets, we've cleared the back steaks, and now we just want to separate this from the animal. If you go tie that leg down and work joins onto there, one of the vertebrae here, you can find a joint in here. You basically just put your knife in. There it is there. You just go one way, just there somewhere, there, and the other way. So that's broken its back now, but now I've just got to clear that bit of meat out of the way. Sweet. So as you can see here, we've got the two back steaks still attached to the back legs, and the eye fillets are still attached as well, and you can just sort of drop them into inside the cavity there, so they can sit in there, or you just let it cool down a little bit first if you've got a big carry. We haven't got too much of a carry, but they can just sort of sit in there. Always leave a good amount of skin on there, so you can actually cover the meat up as well, like that. So you can either carry it like that, keep everything clean with the skin, and that'll just sit on your shoulders with your legs. If it's like so, it's actually sitting on your shoulders with the legs facing out like that. Or otherwise, we might just cut a couple of strips in here. So we'll cut a strip down here, and a strip down the other side, and then we'll tie that onto the back leg. So we'll go a strip there and a strip there. So there's two strips. Tie that onto the back leg, which we'll show you soon, and then we'll have a good little pack and chuck it on your back, and it'll be reasonably comfortable. So you get the gist of it there. You've got the two straps through there, but like I say, I should have made that side's actually better. I can readjust that side, but you can chuck that on your back now, and you've got a nice little deer meat pack to carry out. The next size is perfect. It's not too bad. It's not going to carrying my dad at day bag. But we'll check out these front shoulders. We'll work them off as well. We'll take as much meat as we can. So yeah, I made the straps a bit short, so we couldn't put it around my big broad shoulders, but you get the gist of it. I haven't done it for a while, so yeah, basically just go up a bit further rather than just around behind the legs, go right up the neck, and you make the straps as long as possible, depending on how big your shoulders are. But it is comfy as like this. Always leave a bit extra skin on to keep your meat clean. But yeah, so we've got the meat, got some more meat in the bag there that Karl's got, and yeah, down and straight up the other side. Oh well boys, it seemed to work out all right in the end for the 2-for-1 deal. We didn't get any extra deer, but we did get the 4 deer in total. So eventually, yeah. But we did have the odds against us, this westerly wind, and then it went to northerly, which is the two worst winds we want for hunting up here. But we did finally come up with the goods, and we could have shot more deer this morning, but it was just the recovery side of things was going to be not too bad, to be honest with you, but we sort of didn't want the clients to work too hard. But all in all, you guys had a good time?
I like to work too hard. Good time, mate. Always a good time down here. Like I say, you know, it was hard this time, but that's what hunting is, mate. You know, you can't expect it to be easy every time.
Yep.
You guys went one way this morning, I went the other, and I had no luck, but you know, still had a good walk. So, but yeah, it's just real hard with that strong wind and the weather's not exactly peachy. But
yeah.
it's still been a good time, good trip.